I thought I would do this now so that I don't forget. Right, so this morning has been one of the worst mornings I've had in a very long time. My emotions have been all over the place, and I finally figured out why. My carpal tunnel went for about 2 months, okay? I felt good in myself, I'd go to sleep straight away, blah, 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 blah. And I figured out what it is. It's what I eat. Now you think if you put diesel in a petrol car, it ain't gonna run, and if you put the vice versa fuel, the wrong fuel, it's not gonna work, right? I'm on a complete wobble, I can't talk, I'm shaking, I'm preventing myself from having a panic attack. That is what is going on right now. And I figured out it's to do with the menopause. Right? But I'm not going to let it win. No. The reason I can see this being different from other times is because, what's wrong with that? Is because it's to do with my food. Now, what I mean by food is I went juicing for about a month, and then after about 30 days, I was eating nuts and bits of fruits and things. Then, of course, slip, don't you? And started having processed foods. So for me personally, I've got to go raw. Feeling really shaky. From today forward, I'm going to go raw and stick with raw. My emotions are all over the place, and the reason I've been documenting everything so I know that this is because I've eaten processed foods. It's not to do with anything else. Every time I eat processed foods, I get down like this. When I am raw, I feel amazing, I feel strong, I feel like me. I know I'm going through the menopause. My hot flushes as well, yeah? When you get those, if you've never had them before, you haven't got a clue. It's like when you're sat in a car and you've got the heater on behind you, yeah? So you've got the heater on behind you, and when you've got the heater on behind you, you can't turn it off. That's what it feels like for me. I do not get them at nights, I get them days. Now, when I'm 100% raw, I do not get hot flushes, right? I do not get hot flushes when I am raw. I do not get hot flushes when I juice, and the reason I juice is to give my body a rest. It's not something I want to do forever, and that's not to do with people telling me, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, you can't put the food you're putting in your body now, because do you know why? 200 years ago, they didn't even exist. Yeah, how do you know you're doing the right thing for your body? Actually, 100 years ago, they didn't exist. What was it, 90-something odd percent, 95 or something percent of all foods in the supermarkets right now did not exist 100 years ago. Our bodies cannot cope. Yeah, our bodies cannot cope. Not only that, when we're changing our bodies, we're doing stuff like this, we're passing it on genetically to our children. Right, so for me, this menopause thing, yeah, it's going to happen, and yeah, I accept it's going to happen, but the way things are going at the moment with my emotions, I have figured it out that when I go raw, I do not get like this. I do not get the panic attacks, and it feels like you're falling. Horrible, 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 horrible. You just want to cry, and it's not because you're thinking of anything. It's not because you're feeling down. Maybe you are feeling down. You just feel so overwhelmed. And when I am not, it's not as if I've done it, 3 days on, 3 days off, a week on, a week off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So there is no transparency. No, there is transparency. There's no link. There is no link. It's not as if sometimes you are doing this and it happens like once a week. I get like this. It's not like this at all. It is just every time when I have processed foods. Okay, and we're talking about, I'm not even talking about rotting animal flesh in my body. Thank you very much. I am talking about these alleged plant-based foods, processed. They're not good for us. They are not good for us. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do raw, and I'm going to document all of raw, because if this can help anyone else, you've got no idea. I'll tell you again, I'm waking up in the middle of the night 2 or 3 times, and I only sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. So waking up in the night when I've got to do lots of driving is not a good thing. I've got MVQ today. I keep trying to study, and I'm just literally crashing, which is not good. Yeah, I feel really, really bloody strange. Don't like it, don't want to stick with it. So I've got to get over it, and the way I'm going to get over it is I've been testing myself now for these last 2 months. I've been writing little bits down, you know, having foods in the day, even having fruits in the day. If you're going to juice, just juice, yeah? Don't juice for 7 days, juice for at least 14. You know, there's got to be ways we can do this and support each other, and because it makes such a difference. If you are going through the menopause or know someone who's going through the menopause, please share, please, or tell them, because this has been such a difference for me. So now I've got to get this out of my body. I'm not sure how to take. We're talking about carpal tunnel. Have you had carpal tunnel before? Your hands. When I'm juicing, I do not get that. I can sleep. I don't wake up in the middle of the night crying because my hands are numb and I'm physically unable to move them. And you know, you can manipulate your hand with your other hand, but sometimes when it's both, it's just, oh. And you've got to sit in different positions, put one of those things on your hands, and it doesn't work, and it hurts. It hurts. Anyway, this is a bit of a long one, so I'm going to go now. But I'm going to document everything. From today, I'm not going to have any processed foods. Not sure if I'm going to go 100% vegan raw yet, but I am going to go away from processed foods, no processed foods. So not sure if that counts for coffee. I might have to stop coffee again. But I will keep you informed about this, because it's blown me away with what I've documented. It's shocking. We need to ditch processed foods.